I have reviewed not the entirety of the files, so
You haven't reviewed all of the Epstein files?
Personally, no.
You're the director of the FBI. This is the largest sex trafficking case the FBI has ever been a part of. Buck stops at the top, and your testimony today is you have not reviewed all the files.
You just saw the question that set the hearing on fire. In this video, we're going to show the full segments of the clash, the pointed questions, the evasive answers, and the legal argument the FBI uses to defend itself. Stay tuned. A lot of what you'll see here has real-world implications for victims, for justice, and for politics.
I've been doing is been busy providing the safest country this country has seen in modern U.S. history in historic speed, because the men and women of the FBI are given the resources to reduce the homicide rate, to reduce the drug trafficking rate, to reduce the amount of children that are being trafficked and the number of pedophiles.
It sounds like those children being trafficked would appreciate the director reviewing the files. You said you don't know the number of times Trump's name appears in the files, so it could at least be 1,000 times. Is that right?
The number is a total misleading factor. We have not released anyone's name that we have not released anyone's name in the Epstein files that has not been credible.
Director, could it at least be 1,000 times?
We have released every piece of legally permissible information.
Okay,
you can characterize the numbers however you want it.
Reclaiming my time, Director. It sounds like if you don't know the number, it could at least be 1,000 times.
It's not. It's not.
Is it at least 500 times?
No.
Is it at least 100 times?
No.
Then what's the number?
I don't know the number, but it's not that.
Do you think it might be your job to know the number?
My job is to provide for the safety and security of this country. My job is not to engage in political innuendo so you can go out to the sticks and get your 20-second hit in your fundraising article.
My time, Director.
Keep going, reclaiming your time, because the people of California are being underserved by your representation.
If the president is not implicated, why not release everything that involves him?
We have released everything, the president and anyone else's side, that is credible and lawfully be able to be released. Your fixation on this matter and baseless accusations that I'm hiding child pedophiles is disgusting. Anyone that says that needs to look at the stats alone and go back to the state of California, who's receiving the biggest surge in FBI resources through my redeployment, because the cities of Los Angeles, San Diego, and San Francisco.
Now comes the numbers play. Swalwell tries to turn mentions into proof. 1,000 times, 500, 100, and that's where political technique kicks in. Raw counts of mentions are seductive because they look objective, but they're misleading without context. Think of it this way. In what kind of document does the name appear? On an irrelevant note? On a guest list? In testimony linking the person to a crime? Not every appearance carries the same weight. Patel pushes back, saying the number is misleading, and he's partly right. Still, the other side of the argument is that if a name shows up repeatedly in relevant contexts, it calls for deeper investigation. What the public wants is transparency about context, not a numbers game. That's the clash. One side pushing for raw data, the other for qualified analysis. And between the two lies the political narrative that makes the headlines.
My time, Director. Remembering your oath to tell the truth, did you ever tell Donald Trump his name is in the files?
I have never spoken to President Trump about the Epstein files.
Did you ever tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
The Attorney General and I have had numerous discussions about the entirety of the Epstein files and the reviews conducted by our team.
Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
And we have released where President Trump's name is in the Attorney's file.
It's a simple question. Did you tell the Attorney General that the President's name is in the Epstein files?
During many conversations that the Attorney General and I have had on the matter of Epstein, we have reviewed.
The question is simple.
Who
did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files? Yes or no?
Why don't you try spelling it out?
Yes or no, Director?
Use the alphabet.
Yes or no?
This is the central part. Swalwell wants a simple yes or no. Did the director tell the Attorney General that Trump's name is in the files? Patel replies that he never spoke with Trump about the files, that he discussed reviews with the Attorney General, and sidesteps a clear yes or no. Politically, this blew up because it leaves room for interpretation. Was it an intentional omission, a necessary legal confidentiality, or political protection? Institutionally, DOJ/FBI often have internal dialogues. That's normal, but perception matters. He could have said, yes, I informed about this fact within legal process X, or no, I did not. The evasiveness leaves everyone hanging, and in the absence of a clear answer, memes, theories, and accusations flourish. In other words, when public figures don't give clear answers about powerful people's names, the public narrative automatically assumes the worst, even if the explanation is technical and legitimate.
No, ABC,
Director,
EF,
it sounds like you don't want to tell us. Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name was in the Epstein files?
Why don't you try serving your
Director,
constituency
did
by
you tell the
focusing on
Attorney
reducing
General
violent
that Donald
crime in this
Trump's name-
country and the number of pedophiles that are
Director,
legally
reclaiming my
harbored in
time,
your
Director.
sanctuary cities in
Director,
California?
reclaiming
I'll
my
work with
time.
you on that. Do
Regular
you want
order,
to
Mr.
work with
Chairman.
us on that?
Director,
Time
reclaiming my
belongs to the
time.
gentleman from California.
Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
Question
Yes or no?
has been asked and answered.
You have not answered it, and we will take your evasiveness as a consciousness of guilt. Director, did Donald Trump ever say to you, just find and release the entire truth? Don't worry if I'm in it.
That short answer, the one that went viral, illustrates much of the problem. There's a gap between formal language and public communication. No, a BC sounds like a joke, but what matters is the symbol, evasion. For observers and for a public that wants accountability, it comes across as stalling. Now caution, going viral is not proof of guilt. In court, evasion is not evidence. But in the public arena, the perception of evasion has an immediate effect. It undermines trust, fuels political investigations, and arms opponents.
The instructions from the administration were to release all credible information, and we have done that.
Did Donald Trump ever provide information about Jeffrey Epstein as an informant?
Donald Trump has not been, and I can only speak for the FBI, an informant of the FBI.
So, Director, you've played this cute shell game where you say you can't release everything because the court has said that it legally is not allowed to be released, but the court calls bullshit. Judge Richard Berman said that when you went to the court, quote, information contained in the Epstein grand jury transcripts pales in comparison to Epstein investigation information and materials in the hands of the Department of Justice. So let's move on, Director. You wrote a book called Government Gangsters. You identified 20 individuals in that book. You put me on that list at the top of the list. Thank you. My children find it flattering. 20 of those individuals have been investigated or have had adverse actions. Director, considering that you have identified these people as, quote, government gangsters, will you recuse yourself from making any investigation decisions about these individuals?
Anyone that has been terminated at the FBI has been done so
the
because
question
they failed
again.
to meet the muster in
Director,
their constitutional
I will
obligation.
work on the audio-visual capability.
Here comes the FBI's technical defense. We release what is credible and what the law allows. In theory, that's a sound principle. Protect witnesses, safeguard proceedings, prevent leaks that could harm investigations. In practice, though, this principle creates a winding path. Who decides what is credible? What standard of review was applied? And when does that assessment, in effect, become a form of political control over what the public can see? These are legitimate questions. Victims and journalists complain that the confidential label is often used as a shield. And DOJ responds, without protection, the risk of compromising cases or exposing witnesses increases. The middle ground, and what the hearings should really clarify, Norm, is when is withholding justified and when does it become overcaution? Without these definitions, the dispute turns into a tug of war between transparency and procedural security.
I'm going to borrow your
You can hear me?
terminology and call
I'm reclaiming
bullshit
my
on your
time.
entire career in
I'm
Congress.
reclaiming my
It
time,
has been a
Director.
disgrace to the American
Director,
people.
I'm reclaiming my
You
time.
can reclaim your
Will you
time all
recuse
you
yourself?
want.
Mr. Chairman, you're going to allow a witness to speak this way? Mr. Chairman, would you
You'll
give...
recuse yourself,
The gentleman has no time to...
Mr. Chairman, would you
recuse.
admonish the witness not to insult members?
The gentleman has no time.
Mr. Chairman, just
The committee will remember.
quick point of order. Could the gentleman be extended an additional 20 seconds to complete his thoughts since the witness decided to interrupt him
And
continuously?
then the witness will be able to respond if he wants. We'll make sure he
Thank
has
you.
time to do that.
My question
We'll
is,
continue.
will you, Director, recuse yourself, yes or no, from investigating or making decisions about the 60 individuals, including myself, that you identified as government gangsters? Yes or no?
Time of the gentleman has expired. The
No.
witness may respond if he would like.
And the answer was no, as I heard.
That wasn't oversight, it was open warfare. And what erupted between Representative Swalwell and Director Patel revealed far more than bruised egos. It exposed the FBI's struggle between transparency and survival. When the director dismissed tough questions as repugnant or a disgrace, he wasn't just insulting a congressman, he was signaling how fragile the Bureau's credibility has become. Let's be clear, this wasn't about one name in the Epstein files. It was about whether the most powerful law enforcement agency in the country can be trusted to investigate the powerful at all. Every denial, every evasive answer, every sharp insult only feeds suspicion that politics, not justice, is guiding the release of information. And here's the bigger picture. If the FBI can't withstand scrutiny in Congress, force, how can Americans trust it to confront billionaires, politicians, and predators hiding behind privilege? The clash you just watched isn't just political theater, it's a warning. Transparency delayed is justice denied. And if the Bureau's leaders think they can stonewall forever, history shows otherwise. Eventually, the truth gets out. The only question is, when and at what cost?